Right, how's everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be going over some spine mobility, so lower back, mid back, and upper back stretch. So first we'll start off with some assessments to see where you stand before we do these mobilizations. So let's get these assessments going. These are good for you to kind of gauge where you stand, and then we'll do them again after the mobilization to see if you've improved from these techniques here. So the first one is very simple. So standing upright straight, you're going to bend down and touch your toes. See how far you can get. I can barely get to my toes, and that's a stretch for me in the hamstring and some in the lower back. So bending down, touching your toes. If you can't get there, that's all right. We're going to try to improve that by the end of this session. Okay? Sorry, my head's cut off, so bear with me here. The next one is standing upright. Put your hands under your at the small of your back and extend back. Here, let me fix the screen here. There we go. We'll adjust it after. So standing upright, hands at the small of your back, and extending back to see how far you can go. Before you get into these exercises or mobilizations, if you have any back issues or back injuries that you've sustained previously, be aware of those. Stay out of the positions that you've been told not to get into. If you have any herniations or anything like that, be aware of your injury. So this one would be, again, extension. Get into that extended position. If you have any aches and pains with doing that, then you know you have some limitation, right? Or you can't get that far back. So kind of gauge how far you can go, and then we'll do these again after. The last one is rotation one. So adjust my screen here again. Like I said, this is a rotation one. So laying down, call this an open book, closed book, and we can do this as an exercise as well. So grab your foam roller, lay sideways. So the hip and leg that are up towards the ceiling, the knee is bent on top of the foam roller. You're going to be laying down, hands together, and you're going to open up all the way back. Okay? If the back of your hand cannot touch the floor, that means you got some rotational limitation. Okay? So let's go ahead and do that again. Open book all the way back. Back of my hand is touching the floor. This side I'm okay with. Okay? The back of my hand can touch the floor, even though at the end it's a little bit of a stretch for me, but I can still manage to get the back of my hand on the floor. So let's switch, do the other side. So I'll show you this side. Again, hip and knee that are towards the ceiling on top of the foam roller. Hands together. We're going to open right up. There we go. Not so bad either. I can get to the floor. This side seems a little easier than the other side. Okay, so I'll do it again. Rotation. Hands together. Open book. Touch the floor. And with these ones, you want to follow your hand, okay? So when you're opening the book, you want to follow the hand that you're opening up. So I'm following it with my eyes all the way back to the floor. And the back of my hand is touching the floor. Okay, that's a rotational assessment. Again, that one can be used as an exercise as well. All right, let's jump right in. We're going to start with some foam rolling, some mobilization of that lower spine. You might hear some cracking and popping of your spine. That's okay if it's not painful. It's just air releasing from the joint. So if you have any pain with the cracking and popping, then let one of us know. Let me and Nate know, and we can evaluate you through telemedicine, and we'll go from there, okay? So start off with rolling out the lower back. We're going to levitate here, basically upper back off the floor, and you're just foam rolling back and forth. Okay, if you need some stability and that's hard for you to do, you can put your hands behind you. Okay, that's just going to take some pressure off. If that's too much for you, with your hands not on the floor, put your hands down, roll out the lower back. Stay at the lower back for now. We'll go about 30 to 45 seconds on that side. And you can go to the right or left. So if I feel more limitations or any painful areas on my right side, I'm going to basically put all my weight on the right side and roll back and forth. As I'm rolling, I'm basically scanning, right? I'm scanning the area to see if there's any tender points, okay? That can be a trigger point that you have in your muscle, and you can roll out using the foam roller or lacrosse ball if you have one, or a baseball, any kind of hard ball. I have a tennis ball here with me. Lacrosse ball is a little too hard for me for now, so a baseball or a tennis ball will do. So again, let's keep rolling the lower back, back and forth. I feel a little trigger point on my left side, so I'm going to put a lot of my weight on that left side and roll in that area to help release that a little bit. Foam rolling is key for mobility. You want to increase your flexibility and mobility. Foam rolling is good for you. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use one of those hydro flasks. I'm sure most of you have a couple of those. You can use a hydro flask for like calf foam rolling. Lower back might be a little tough to do with the hydro flask, but a foam roller is good. You can get one of these anywhere, any sporting goods stores. $5 to $10 probably, $15, no more than that. And then we're going to get into a mid-back roll. So you're going to just basically roll down a little more, and you're going to feel the foam roller against your thoracic spine. So it's the middle of the back, and we're going to go back and forth. Okay, starts basically at your bottom of your ribs and all the way to your shoulder blades, right? Your scapulas. So I'm rolling out my mid-back. Again, same thing here. If you need to, put your hands on the ground. Stabilize yourself. If not, lift them up. This applies more weight to it, which is good. And same as with this one, you can go right or left. If you feel a trigger point or something that's bothering you on either side, remember we're scanning the area, right? Go right or left, or you can do both. So I'm getting my lower back, or mid-back, and I can get into the lats here as well. So if I roll a little more to the right or left, I can get the lats, okay? Now I can get my lat area here with this, back and forth on that area. Let's get the left side here. If you can get a foam roll session in the morning and at night, I think that'll be very beneficial for you. So let's get that left side, and then we'll move to the upper back. Okay, spend about a minute or two on each area. Now we'll get the upper back here. Yep, that's the area. Again, you might feel some tension with this. You might go over some tender areas, but that just means you got to spend more time on those areas, right? To try to release some of those trigger points, or if you're dealing with muscle spasms on that side. Go back and forth. Again, same thing with the upper back. You can go more pressure on the left side, and then more pressure on the right side. And we'll call it a day for foam rolling, okay? We'll put that to the side. We'll get into our mobility exercises. So the first one we're going to do, very simple. It's called a knee tuck to chest. You're going to lay on your back. Here. Feet extended. Then you're going to tuck your knees into your chest, causing your lower back to go into flexion, right? You're going to flex your lower back like this. Knees to chest. Extend all the way. Knees to chest. Extend all the way. You don't want to rest your ankles and legs on the floor with every rep, so kind of tap and go. Like this, so we'll do 2 sets of 10 to 12 of these. Good. Take a little breather. And we'll do another set of another 10 to 12. And we'll move on. So we have a couple or a few lower back mobility exercises, a few mid back, and then 1 upper back / neck stretch, which is beneficial for those people that are, rounded shoulders, sitting on the computer all day. It's going to help you open up those mid back and neck muscles to help you live pain-free, basically, going through your daily lives pain-free, right? That's our goal. So let's do another set of these knee tucks. It's the chest, extend out. It's the chest, extend out. Couple more. Good. Now that's part of the flexion, right? Now let's get the lower back muscles involved a little bit. Stretch those out. So get into child's pose here. Stay in the middle. So this one we're going to go move our fingers and hands to the left and right to engage those left or right lower back muscles. But the first one is going to be neutral, so stay in the middle here. You're sitting down basically, butt on the heels, and you're leaning forward, right? You should feel a stretch, sides all the way to your lower back. Hold it there for about 30 seconds. Breathe through it. Make sure you're breathing the whole time. I don't want you guys passing out through a mobility session, right? Breathe the whole time. Okay, we're going to move our hands, arms to the right here. Now we're engaging that left side, right, the opposite side. You should feel it more on the left. A lat, lower back, mid back, engaged here. Getting that stretch. Make sure you're breathing. We'll stay here another 30 seconds. Now, if you're feeling a lot of tension with these stretches, at the beginning you might feel, like I said, a lot of tension, but towards the end of the stretch, it should ease up a little bit, okay? If you're not easing up on those tension, or if you have any pain with going to a certain side, if you have any limitation with that, and it's not easing up, let us know, and we'll take a look at you and see what's going on. So we'll go to the left side here. Now you should feel it on your right side. Again, breathing through it, 30 seconds here. Good, last couple seconds. Awesome. Okay, this next one It's basically a chest press. So there's a couple different ways to do this one. So we'll start off with being on the floor here, elbows bent, hands in front of you, and we can go on top of our elbows, okay? That's the first step. If you have any limitations with that, if you feel any pain with that, stay here, okay? If not, we're going to push up onto our hands, okay? And what we do here now, after we're all the way extended, we're going to breathe out. So breathing out allows your hips to drop to the floor a little more and get more of that extension in your lower back, okay? So we're going to go back down, come up, exhale. Again, if this is too much for you, go on top of your elbows, okay? Stay here. Don't go all the way extended. So, here, let's do 2 sets of 10 to 12 of these. Okay, catch your breath. Wait a couple seconds and we'll do another set. Still lower back here, right? We're still focusing on that lower back. And a couple more exercises on the lower back. We'll move on to the upper back. Or mid back, I apologize. And then the upper back. Okay, we're ready for another set. Let's get into it. Get that trunk flex or extension here. Breathe out. All the way down. Chest to floor. Extend. Breathe out. If throughout any of these motions you have some sort of pain come on, or if you feel uncomfortable in that motion, discontinue it. Stop doing it. You don't want to make anything worse or bring on anything. You might have an underlying issue that you didn't know about, and this is causing it to flare up a little bit. So discontinue if something's making you worse, and let us know, and we can take a look at it, treat it, and move on. Do a couple more extensions here. Good. Okay. This next one is a cat-cow. I'm sure most of you have done these. This is a little different, okay? We're going to do it segment by segment. What I mean by that is we're going to focus on the neck, mid-back, and lower back, okay? So your spine has different vertebrae. Throughout this exercise, you want to basically imagine that you're moving every single vertebrae one by one. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So we're in this position here, all fours, and we're going to start with the neck extended, back extended, lower back here, dropped. So first one is belly to the floor, right? This is so cat-cow here and here. So we're not going to just go through these motions like this, where we've seen in the past. We're going to go segment by segment. So neck extended, lower back, mid-back, lower back, and then neck flexed, mid-back, and lower back. So start segment by segment. Think about every single vertebrae moving and opening up individually by themselves. We can't rush through this one, okay? We're going to do a set of 12. These ones you really got to focus on. Sometimes I close my eyes and even imagine my vertebrae opening up here and releasing any kind of tension or pressure that is in there. Here. Good. Halfway there. Keep going. Good, almost there. Couple more. Good. That should loosen up your entire spine from lower back all the way to neck area. We're going to move on to the next one here. So this one is a lateral bend. Okay, so be sitting up straight here. Again, butt on top of the heels, knees bent under you, elbows bent. We're going to go elbow bent to the floor and back up. Just wait on the ground a split second and then back up, okay? Elbow bent to the floor, back up. Pay attention to your knees on this one, okay? Because when I go to the left, my left knee lifts up the floor. Okay, that means I have some tightness or limitation on this side. Okay, but when I go pick myself up and go to the right, or go to the left, my right knee is okay. It's not lifting off the floor. Okay, that tells you a lot. So here, and I'm not doing that. It's just lifting up because of that tightness on that side. We're going to do 8 on each side. That's 2. Go to the right. Good. That's 3. And by the time you get to 8 or 10, you should start noticing a difference. And you can even reach over here. You can reach over. And now pay attention to my left knee here. Go to the right, left knee stays on the floor. That's just doing about 5 or 6 of them, right? Imagine doing this every morning or every night before bed. Imagine the benefits you'll get from these exercises. Good. Last one. Awesome. That one's a lateral bend, okay? So let's move on to the mid-back. All right, we're going to start off by simply just rotating. So cross over here, hook the elbow and arm to the knee, and just rotate. Make sure you're breathing out. Inhale and exhale through this one, okay? That allows you to go further into that position. Because I'm right here, but when I breathe in, during my breathing out and exhaling, I can go further and rotate a little more. And you might feel a crack or a pop in your lower back or mid-back. That's fine unless it's painful, right? It's just air being released from the capsule, from the joints. We'll hold there for about 30 to 45 seconds. Okay, switch. Other side. Here. Elbow hooked, arm hooked to the knee. Make sure you're breathing throughout the whole thing. Not just this exercise, all of them, right? Make sure you're breathing. Muscles need oxygen. If you're not breathing, you're not doing the job right. Another couple seconds here. Move on to the next one. Good. Hopefully you're breaking a sweat like me. I know it's not doing much, but getting into these positions that we're not used to, gets everything going, gets the blood flowing, right? So the next one, I call it the around the world. You're going to be sitting down, get in the same position here, knees bent, sitting on your heels. Basically going to hug yourself, right? Whatever position is comfortable, hug yourself, and we're going to go rotating the spine. So think about your lower back being stable. Here's your mid back, and now we're just rotating your mid back on top of your lower back, right? Try not to do the whole hip motion. We're not trying to do that, okay? So it's just here, and then think about your lower back being stable, and we're just rotating basically our rib cage, okay? All the way around. This is not what we're doing, right? That's lower back. We're trying to rotate and mobilize our mid back. So here, around the world, we'll go 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. And I'm breathing out through the whole thing. By one side and the other, I meant clockwise and counterclockwise, right? So now we're stop and go the other way. I'm breathing throughout the whole thing. Good, couple more seconds here. Good. I like that one. That was my favorite one. Really opens up that space. Okay, next one is thread the needle. So we'll be on all fours again. Here, we're going to take right or left hand or arm, and we're going to reach down and across here. Try to get the shoulder as closest to the ground as possible. Again, we're going threading the needle, right? We're going between the arm and leg. We're going to go right in between, shoulder close to the ground, and back up. Down, and back up. Let's do 12 on each side. This one's a good mid-back / upper back rotational exercise. We're helping open up that rotation. Lose count sometimes while I'm talking, so we'll do about 3 more. And let's move on to the next one. Now we're going to go left, right? So here, now if it's too much for you, you can drag the back of your hand on the floor. If it's too easy, lift it up and reach across. You can do these after a workout while your body's still hot, which is what I like to do. Go a couple more here. That's it for this one. Good. Good, good, good. Next one, we're going to require a foam roller again. So we'll get our foam roller. It's a mid-back extension. Okay? Everyone's kind of sitting here in this position, right? You're on your computer, you're working, you're eating, whatever you're doing, we're around the shoulders all the way to the front. So that causes our mid-back to always be in that flex position. That's a normal position for a mid-back to be in, right? So flex position is a normal position for a mid-back to be in, but staying in that position is what keeps us there, right? We always want to open up the mid-back, so we want to extend that section, right? That mid-back segment, we want to get some extension in there. So I'll show you what that looks like. Get the foam roller, place it on your mid-back here. Cross your hands on arms, and we're going to extend the mid-back. So keep the butt on the floor and try to get your shoulders, neck and head close to the floor. They're not going to touch unless you have a lot of mobility in your mid-back. Just get that extension in, and that'll be beneficial for you. Again, with this one, I always feel a crack or two, which is fine, right? As long as it's not painful, it's okay. That's a type of mobilization. You go to a chiropractor and they crack your back, that's a type of mobilization, right? Right here, what we're doing is mobilization with movement. We're not trying to get that air to release, but sometimes it does. We'll go a couple more here, and we'll take a break and we'll do another set of 10. Good, good, good. Catch your breath. We'll do another set of 10. And we're getting close to the end here. Probably a couple more after this one, we'll call it a day. And then we'll do our assessments, right? We're going to see where we stand after the mobility exercises. So get into another set of this. Exhale. Inhale. You can adjust it, right? If that spot feels a lot better now, we can adjust it. Go a little higher. Last one. Good, good, good. I really like that one. Okay. Remember the one I told you about at the beginning, right? I said we're going to use this as an assessment and exercise. So let's get into the exercise here. Open book, closed book, right? We're going to need that foam roller or a pillow, whatever you have to put under your knee, because our whole goal with this one is we don't want to lift our knee up above the foam roller or whatever we're using, right? A pillow, foam roller. So we're going to go here, knee on the foam roller or pillow, hands together, open book, closed book. And we're following the hand all the way back. Good, good, good. Open up, touch the floor. If you can't touch the floor, that's okay. Maybe by number 10 or 12, you are able to touch the floor. The back of my hand touches the floor with this one. I tend to lose count while I'm talking. So as long as you get your 10 in or 12 in, we're set. Last one I'll do, and then we'll move on to the other side. Good. Now we're here. Our knee's not lifting off the foam roller, right? Hands together. And goes my knee on this one a little bit, lifting off. Really got to focus on these. If not, you catch yourself slacking. So what we don't want to do is this. You see my knee? Lifting off the foam roller, and it's helping me get to that point, right? Because me having my knee on top of this foam roller is helping me lock into this position and have my mid back do majority of the work, right? Good, good, good. That one's an open book, closed book. Let's get into the last one here. This one is last for the mid back. I like this one. Find a wall or something. Here, I'll rotate my computer here so you can see me. There we go. Find a wall. Put your hands on top of the wall here, on the wall. About 3 feet apart from the wall, 4 feet apart. And you're going to hinge at the hips and extend your back, starting at the lower back, mid back. And you should feel it here on your sides, on your lats a little bit, mid back. And it's a good mobilization for those segments. Stay there, breathe out, and come back up. Do a set of 10 of these. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. One more. Good. That one feels really good. Here, I'll turn this computer back around and we'll do the last neck stretch. Very simple. You can sit down, cross your legs. We're going to take our head and neck, bring our chin to the opposite shoulder basically, just like we're smelling our armpit or something. So here, and get that stretch in. Don't pull too much on it, don't tug on it. These muscles are sensitive. It can cramp, it can spasm. Don't do too much as long as you're getting that stretch here. So if we're pulling to the right side, you should feel on the left here. Trap and neck area. And hold for about 30 seconds. And breathe. We're not tugging, right? Couple more seconds here, and we'll move to the other side. Good, good, good. Let's go opposite side here. And that's it. That's it for our exercises. Okay? As promised, we're going to do the assessments, right? The ones we did at the beginning. Stand up here. Adjust my screen for you. We'll go into flexion. So feet shoulder width apart, and bend down, and touch the floor. Good. See how far you can go. Has that changed? Mine has. I was barely able to touch the floor. Now I can get the tip of my finger comfortably on the floor here. And that was beneficial for me. I hope it was the same for you, right? So here, extended. Hands to the small of your back. And we're going to extend. See how far you can go. Remember, you notated where you were at before this, right? If you can get only to here, and now we're able to extend a little further, pain-free, that's a plus. And you can also do the rotation one, right? We just did that one as an exercise, so you can do it again to refer back to it, see how far you went with that, if your rotation improved. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna keep coming out with these every week. We're gonna have a live session at 9 o'clock every Monday, about 45 minutes-ish to an hour. And then we're going to record that session and send it out to you guys through your coaches. Okay? I hope you guys benefited from this like I did, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, y'all.